What up, though? Welcome back to the Big Factory 313 War Stories podcast, and I'm your host, Juice. And I got a real live one here for y'all today. Tell them who we got with us today.
What's up, bro? This is Cal. How y'all doing out there?
That's what's up, Cal. And introduce yourself and let them know how we got here today, Cal.
And we got here because the way that I was raised, the way that I was brought up in the Black Bottom, it was a lot of things that took place in the Black Bottoms. When I first started going to school, it was like we going to school and we seeing all this blood. I'm like, dang, and I wasn't scared as a kid. You know what I mean?
Like boys in the hood, huh? When kids was little.
So, as we going to school, I was like, dang, this man is dead. This is like 2 or 3 times that I'm seeing this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, as I grew up a little older,
mm-hmm.
One incident took place with me, in the back of our house shooting basketball. I was like 12 and this guy was like 16.
Mm-hmm.
He hit me in the face with a basketball. I'm a kid. I'm a little younger than he is. So I was always taught, my uncle and them always taught me, look, you see somebody, they too big for you, pick up something and bust their head.
Mm-hmm.
So I picked up a brick.
Mm-hmm.
When he hit me in my face, he turned around, picked up a brick. I bust him in the back of his head. So when that blood ran down his head, I was like, yeah, sucker. As a kid, he's looking at it like, why am I happy that I done hit this man in his head? But I lived at the time. That's what started me to be who I was.
Now, let's get into
that one incident.
Let's get into it. Talk about that incident that led you on the one case you could talk about.
Oh, that led me here?
Yeah.
I was on the north end,
mm-hmm.
and I had loaned this guy some money, and I goes over to ask him about my money. He got kind of belligerent.
Mm-hmm.
He slapped me. He hit me in the face. So I'm like, did you hit me? So I punched him back.
Mm-hmm.
When I punched him, he fell over this couch. He was like, he get up. He was like, here, I'm going to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, kill me. So when he came up, he had a butcher knife. You know what I mean, bro? I'm like, whoa, shit. He got a butcher knife. So I'm bagging up. I get table legs, a stick or whatever in the corner. So I was like, man, don't sit down, man. So he came lunging toward me. So I smacked him upside his head with the stick. I'm right-handed. So when I hit him in his head, hit him on the left side, he dropped.
Right.
When he dropped, I was like, I'm standing over him for a second. He started moving, he started getting to his knees. So I tossed the stick down. I was like, bro, get my money, man. I ain't got time to get my money. So I'm leaving. He sat on the couch. He's shaking his head like he got cobwebs in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay. I say, well, get my money. So I leave. I go back, and I remind you, I had took a 4-5 out my stomach and put it in my glove box. I didn't go over there for no trouble.
Right.
I was just going to ask for my money.
Oh, so before you went in, you had already stashed the gun away. You ain't even taking it in there.
Right.
With you.
I took the gun out my stomach. I disarmed myself. I didn't go over there for no trouble.
Right.
So when I get over to the house, this is what transpired. So when he got, shaking the cobwebs off, once he shook the cobwebs off, I was like, nigga, get my money. I leave. A couple days later, I go back down on the north end. It's about maybe 3 or 4 days later. So I'm like, hey, I see his sister
mm-hmm.
in the car note. So when I see his sister, she crying. I was like, damn, what, your man done whooped you or something? You done got caught with another nigga? She was like, oh, somebody killed my brother. I'm like, who? And when she tell me who, I'm like, hell no, I didn't do this. I know I didn't do this. Because when I left, he was sitting on the couch. And then they tell me, once I get caught up and go to jail, they tell
mm-hmm.
me he was found on Miranda Canfield. I'm like, hold on, I was raised in the Black Bottom.
Right.
How the hell did he get on Miranda Canfield?
Right.
So I said to myself, I'm like, hold on, I didn't kill him.
Right.
So, when they arrested me,
mm-hmm.
They didn't arrest me on that. They arrested me for some stuff that they put me on Detroit Most Wanted about.
Okay, so it was a whole. Was it another case, or they just made up something to get to stir up, get you arrested?
They gave me. They charged me with it. They convicted me
on something
I don't even know nothing about.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
right.
having that Apex box.
So you on 2
And
cases.
then, yeah.
So
That's what I'm saying. The brother that's here,
mhm.
I know he did it because he did it. He told me the intricate details about the case.
Right.
About how many times the guy was shot, what he was shot with. I'm like, bro, I said, they got me in here charged for that. He said, man, what you want me to do? I can help you out.
Right.
And I was like, bro, only thing I want you to do is just tell the truth.
Right.
That's all I can go by is the truth. So I don't, once you told me everything that happened, I'm like, what the fuck?
Right. So
this brother really did this.
So what two charges you on now?
Bro, they got me charged with first degree murders twice.
2 M1s.
Yeah. And I know that the fight that I had was no first degree nowhere in America. So
how they yeah, so let's get to that. How they come up with that? Give you a first degree for a fight.
Man, they let the judge let the detective read a statement to the jury that a female that never testified on the trial or prelim, they let her statement be read to the jury. And she violated my constitutional right, man.
She was never sworn under oath or nothing?
No. Never sworn in, never under oath. I mean, it was they took statements from people that was at the house. And when they took her statement, the first time they came and searched the house, she was selling drugs. So they took her statement. She said she didn't know me. She didn't know nothing about me. She didn't know who I was.
Okay, well, listen to this. You say that he was found on Moran. He wasn't even found in the house. So how they if he made it to Moran, how he get over there?
That's my point exactly. They said that I had a red tractor. I ain't never drove no damn tractor. I don't need them little ass trucks. I ain't never drove a tractor.
So they trying to say you took him from his house and took him somewhere. That's what you said. Allegedly.
It wasn't his house. It wasn't his house or my house.
Right. Okay.
It was somebody else's house.
So who even gave your name then? Because
the female that I'm talking about.
Okay, but was she there? It was just you and him in the house.
When she went in when they went and interviewed her, she didn't know that. Okay. 12 hours later, they go back to the house. They found her with some I think she said 17 bags of crack cocaine. When they found her with them, now she know everything about me. Now he hit me. He didn't know he was leaving. Reno didn't know he was gone, and he hit him in the back of his head. I was like, hold on. That's why I'm telling my lawyer. I'm like, look, Chris. I'm right-handed, man. If I hit him from behind, he'd be hit on his right side. This man was coming toward me with a butcher knife. I hit him because we was facing each other. That's why he was hit on his left side of his brain.
Now when all this transpired, when the incident transpired, was the girl there? Was his sister and them there?
Man, wasn't nobody there. It was one person there, and they say she was dead. Somebody named what was her name?
She never came to court on you or nothing though, that person?
No. I had nobody testify on me at the trial. They let that, because they knew they was losing, they let that statement be read to the jury.
Get out of here. But I'm saying, how did they even lead to your name anyway if they found his body somewhere else? That's what I'm trying to,
Listen, brother, your guess is as good as mine.
Right. And
your guess is as good as mine.
And see, everything it sounds circumstantial. So your lawyer ain't bring up these issues. He wasn't objecting and stuff to the things that was going on.
Yeah, he objected. He went berserk when the prosecutor asked that her statement be read to the jury by the police officer, Detective Fisher. Detective Fisher took her statement and he read it to the jury.
Get out of here.
Yeah, this is the same guy. I had no knowledge of nothing. And Cripps went crazy when he said, Your Honor, that's not right. I got a right to confront. He got a right to confront his accuser, and I can't cross-examine a piece of paper. How we know there's any truth to this that he's telling us? I'm sitting back flabbergasted. I'm like, what the heck?
Oh, so the girl was deceased. The girl
listen, man. I'm getting to that. I go back to court in 2008 on evidentiary hearing. Okay. The private investigator said that he got in touch with her, but she said she wasn't coming back to court on that stuff because the last time she got involved that Detroit police officer took her car. So the judge Comovese asked her, why didn't you detain her? This was in November 12th, 2008. And he asked her, why didn't you detain her so she can come and testify? He said she didn't want to come testify. He said he don't know why he didn't detain her. And I'm like, wow. So all this is, and I'm stuck in prison on something that was basically a manslaughter because it was a fight. I didn't have a weapon. I didn't go over there armed.
Right.
I just protected myself.
And if they found his body somewhere else, how could they put it on you? But you never testified for yourself though, did you?
Never testified under that for my lawyer. He didn't want me to testify.
Right. That sounds crazy. I hate they railroaded you like that. So how's looking on appeal?
Absolutely.
How's looking on appeal? How's looking on appeal?
Oh, well, see, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just go I'm gonna just do a commutation because I've been gone 21 on that stuff.
Get out of here! You've been gone 21 on a fight.
Man, I've been gone since 03. When I got locked up in the county, it was in 03, brother. January 03.
So listen, I gotta ask you this. You know I gotta ask you this.
Come on, bro. Come on with what you come on with. That's my old life is my old life.
Okay, well let's talk about your little brother, my man, Lil Pete, man. Lil
Pete.
So what year was it Petey passed?
October 24th, 1994.
So had you got with him before he passed?
Yeah, I was with him about 4 days before he turned himself in.
Let's tell the people a little bit about Lil Pete. We gotta give Petey his flowers. Let him know about Lil Pete, what he went through.
Lil Petey was what they say was an animal. At 17, 18 years old. Lil Petey didn't care what he did to who he did it to.
Right.
And, he was one of them guys that, he had a big heart. He was a very lovable little brother, but he was no nonsense.
That's right.
You and I both know it. He was no nonsense. Right. He was raised the way I was raised. So it was like, bust your ass out, excuse the French, but I give it to you, give me wood, I'm giving you lead. And that's how it was. He was a young guy. He was a small frame guy, but he had got shot in the face. You recall when he got shot in his face with that pump?
Listen, I was locked up. That's why I wanted you to get to that. Kurt X came to me and told me.
I was locked up as well.
Okay. So how you hear the story? Tell the story.
But the story I got from Angie, which was his girl,
Angie, right.
He goes over to a gambling party. He was beefing with these little cats, Uncle Sidney and Pretty Tony or whatever. He was going to a park when he going to the gambling party, so he get out the car. And he get out his car. Pretty Tony walked up to him with a 38, but his face was like, "Run your money." And he was like, "What?" He snatched the gun. And he started beating him. So when he started beating him, this is what
you have 1 minute remaining.
I can call right back.
You can call back. Yeah. Finish though. Go keep going.
Yeah. So what, you stopped it?
No, I ain't stopped it. Keep going.
Okay. She said that he snatched the gun, started beating him, and then he said when he heard her, about the time he turned around, dude had shot him. He said when he woke up, he was in Henry Ford Hospital with tubes in his face. Get out of here. Yeah, and I came home. After I came home, this was like in January, February of
93. Yeah.
Yep. 93.
Mm.
And then,
I was at Ken Ross. When it happened.
Okay. And I came home in August of 93, August 31st of 93.
Dang.
We used to be together all the time. He'd come holler at me. Hey bro, I got a car, man. I had got a little pickup truck. Let me have that car. I traded you my the Grand Marquis.
Thank you for using.
When he wake up with the tubes in his face, he couldn't talk or whatever. And so after a couple of weeks had passed, I called. Only thing he had some tubes in his mouth. Couldn't open his mouth.
Right.
So as I'm calling him, I'm telling him, I say, bro, look, I come home in August 31st. So when I come home, one of his mans, which was, his man's Kurt.
Right.
Kurt had told the police who did it, who shot him.
Oh,
and,
straight.
where we from, we don't do that.
Right.
So when they come to get Pete, they trying to make him testify. So he was like, I don't know who shot me.
Right. What he supposed to say?
The only thing, I'm beating dog ass. He say, whoever shot me from the back. Because the doctor said if he hadn't turned, it would have blew the back of his head off.
Right. Dang.
Because Pete had a mark on his face, bro. He ain't had no feeling in his bottom lip anymore.
Yeah, they say it blew a hole in his face, man. I ain't get to see my soldier, man.
Listen, when they showed me the pictures of his face, man, I said, damn, he ain't got no side of his face gone. But it was blood. But they did wonders to it to bring it back. And before did wonders to it to close up. He had a plastic jaw. It didn't break no teeth. It just broke his jaw.
Alhamdulillah. Dang, I didn't know. They told me he had a big hole in the face.
Absolutely, man. They did it like that. So you gotta remember, he went up to 17. Man.
Right. He was little and he was small in stature.
He was small as ever, right. So once that happened, so we going to court. I come home, I'm on parole, we going to court.
Mm-hmm.
So every time he come out, he was like, man, I'm in the courtroom listening to the guys that allegedly done it testify on me. So as I'm listening to their testimony, he come in the courtroom, tap on doors like this. So I come outside, he was like, man, every time I get up to go to the bathroom, these suckers act like, they finna do something to me. So I'm like, damn, we in the court building. So I go in there, back in, I say, hold on. I go in court, I say, man, let me get some DNs you got. Right. That was my female down there with it. So I say, niggas, knock him out then. So once he like, what's up, man? He was like, why you keep looking at me like you want to do something? I guess it was the guys, elements or they people or whatever.
Right.
So I say, man, knock that nigga out. So he was like, man, what's up, man? Why you keep staring at me? So we got to tearing that bug up. So he thinking I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm talking about Juice. We got on their ass. It was like 5 of them. It was just me and him. And this is no exaggeration. This is the honest to God truth.
Right.
I say when we got on their ass, I had just come home. I'm only home like a good 2 months. So when the police they break it up, the Vegas and all that, they break it up. They got me and him in the room. They got them guys. They was like, hey man, y'all two did that. So Pete was like, he thinking because I'm on parole, he didn't want me to get in trouble. He was like, no, my brother didn't do nothing. I did all that. So I was like, oh, bro, you could tell him. I was like, yeah, I helped him. I said, that's my little brother. They trying to jump on him. I ain't finna have that.
Right.
And that's how that took place. And the cat ended up, one of them ended up dying.
Get out of here. So how? So
yeah,
go ahead. What you about to say?
Go ahead.
I was about to ask you what happened to Pete, man. I never, me and Tommy been locked up ever since that.
Sandra.
Right. Paul mama.
Okay, now that was his girl.
Right.
Little Paul Davis mama. That was his girl. Him and Paul was real jail.
I know, them both of my guys. Paul, my guy too. Salute to Paul Davis.
I know that.
That's my guy.
Man, we was in Sandra house. We was in Sandra house when she told Paul that her and Pete was, excuse the French, when she told him they was fucking. And Paul, upset, I'm gonna kill you. So he was like, what? You gonna do what?
Right.
And that's when all the mother boys that was with him, I can't say they
right.
They out there still they upstrapped like this. So saying like, no, that's my son, don't shoot my son.
Right.
So he was like, shit, he ain't finna do nothing to my man. He just left here.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it was like once he went on here.
Hold on, you said little Paul just got out?
No, he went downstate.
Oh, I gotta get his info for me too. But go ahead, finish telling the story.
Yep. So they jumped up. They was finna air him out. So she was like, "Oh," he was like, "That's my son." So he ended up coming to grips with it, knowing what was what. So one day, Pete. One day, after all that stuff had took place and it was over, Pete ended up burning her. You know what I mean? Giving her gonorrhea.
Get out of here.
Yeah, man. He had a little apartment on, what's that? It's a little store right off Promenade. I don't know if it's Wilshire. but it's promenade down by the right before it's a little store that face where it's at, man. Face a little park. They got these little apartments right next to it.
Oh, I know what you're
Right
talking
before
about. Down in Amdale area, down in there.
Bingo. It's a little further. It's a little further than that because it's going toward Grass. It's close to Grass.
Grass down, okay.
Promenade. And I want to say Wilshire, if I ain't mistaken.
Wilshire, Gunston down in there.
Anyway, I'm sitting on the couch, and boom, a brick comes through the window. It's Sandra through a brick through the window. Because Petey got his little baby mama male female. But they not there. I'm there with a female.
Right.
So the brick come through the window. She's like, your ass out. So when I come out, say, he ain't up, you can come and look. I say, it's just me. She's like, bro, that bitch burnt me. He blah, 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 blah. So one thing led to another. About a week later, some cats smoked her in her driveway. And they said he did.
Get out of here.
Yeah, his lawyer was the lawyer that when he was in jail for armed robbery, his lawyer was her lawyer, Mary O'Connell. So Mary knew that he didn't do it. So Mary told my mother, she was like, look, my brother is going to defend him, and I'm going to testify for him because I know he didn't kill Sandra because he loved her and she loved him. Right. But before that even took place, man, them cats strangled my little baby, man, and killed him in the county.
Get out of here, dog.
Yeah, bro, they strangled him and killed him in the county, man. So when before all that happened, I ended up because he was talking, a lot of like he was about that life. So I was like, all right, nigga, when I see him, I'm airing him out. Right. So we had a go between that knew him, which was my man grew up with Del Marco. He passed away too. A week after I went to court, he went to court with me. He passed away from a brain aneurysm. So he said, man, look, Paul want to holler at you, man. Take it over there on Minnesota. He said, he want to holler at you, man. We're going to meet up at Page Mountain. I say, yeah. I say, I ain't got nothing to holler at that nigga about. I say, when I see that nigga, I'm going to put some holes in him, man. That nigga talking about what he's going to do to my little brother. Right. So he see me. We met. The brother grabbed me, hugged me. He's like, man, I know Pete didn't kill my mama. He was like, I know he didn't, man. He said, Pete loves that. We hugged, we both shared the tears, because that's my little brother, and that was his man, and that was his man's woman. Right. Which was his mama. And me and him, we got pretty close. And when I came up here in 2015, I ran into him at Earth. He went to Earth, and I seen him. We was together every day. Then he came over here to Kinross. Then I came over here. Then we was together for a couple of years. He just left like last year.
Dang. Yeah, get that information. I'd like to holler at little Paul, man. Paul got it. Paul, Paul got a story about his mama, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
Old gangster. You feel me?
Man, that's who I used to get work from in 93 and 94 when I came home.
Tell me what was going on then, man. What was share that with the people. You can talk about it. It's over with now. But what was happening?
It's definitely that was the old me. That's the new me now.
Right.
Yeah, man. I used to get like a brick from her. You know what I mean? We used to sell me a brick every now and then, and to protect it, I was giving the guys whatever they wanted. You give, like I said, you give me bull crap, I'm gonna give you lead. Right. And that's how it was. So when I went down there and that place where down on 94 Palmer and John R. area, I was letting them have it, Juice. I'm talking about, and you know what type of dude I was at that time. Right. I was giving it to him. I'm telling him, hey man, you roll down here, boom, 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 take that with you. Right. You ain't finna be sitting up here telling me what I ain't gonna do. This ain't man. Listen, I can go anywhere I chose to go. Right. So when she used to give me the work, I used to go. She's like, bro, where you at? I showed her where I was at. She's like, you ain't got no problem down here. I was like, no, I ain't got nothing. But we were still going at it, me and the little guys that was down there. Right. And so, but it was nothing. Hey,
you down there?
Real good off there.
Right. So what?
They real good.
Where you think Sandra and Pete went wrong? Because they both end up unalive, man. So, and I heard it was good money being circulated. So what you think went wrong? What you see went wrong? I know Pete was young.
What wrong was he was just too young. He didn't know how to bubble and he only thing he knew how to do is spend money because she bought him everything. She bought him Audis. She bought him Cherokee. So his thing was, listen, my excuse the French, my bitch got me looking good. I love my bitch. I do whatever I got to do for my bitch.
Right.
And his thing, she used to go get him. They dead now. So he used to get the little police uniforms, and they used to go and take care of business.
Right.
They was about that life.
Oh, Sandra was on some Bonnie and Clyde stuff with him?
What? No, she just went and got the uniform.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying she was with it.
They got the vans. They got the vans and everything. They got just like front keys to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Them cats still out there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So boys used to go and collect.
Right. You feel me? Yeah, we go get that. We gonna get the rest of that story. I see you holding back from it. We gonna get all that story. You gotta catch up with Paul, man. I don't want to tell Sandra's story. I like Paul to tell his mama's story. You feel me?
Exactly. That's who can do it better than me because he knew he was different. He was in the mix. Only thing I was doing is getting to work.
Right. No,
my thing was I had my own issues with them suckers over there on line 4.
Mm-hmm. Can you can you elaborate on it? Go ahead.
Oh yeah, sure. Like I say, when I was getting my money, they tell me what I couldn't do. One guy pulled up and he had his hand out the window with a gun in his hand, so I lit the car up. Take this with you. And as I lit the car up, I could just hear one of the guys, "Oh, he hit me in the face." Yeah, okay. Well, you better be glad I ain't killed.
Right.
I was not gonna let you take my life for something that's free. It was free for me to go down there and do whatever it is that I wanted to do. It wasn't at your house.
Right.
So I feel as though that while I was into the game,
mm-hmm.
I can do whatever it is that I wanted to do. And I was willing to do whatever it took to make sure that I ate and make sure I took care of my shorty.
That's right. No.
So I wasn't gonna let you stop me from doing that. So if it means that back then when I was a youngin', if it means that I had to bury you, I thank God that
that it didn't go all the way.
Exactly, because after that, that's when it became like, man, because bro had to come down there with me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he came down there. He's like, "Who the man?" I say, "Man, they say this guy the man right here. This nigga named Bobby Joe." So he go holler at Bobby Joe. He say, "Hey man, this my man Lenny Tyson neighborhood, man. My little brother down here do what he want to do. If anybody mess with him, he's like, I'm deleting your whole family."
Mm-hmm.
So Bobby Joe was like, "Hey, man, he's stuttering and shit." Now he got the baby by the girl that that I got the kids by.
Do we?
You have 1 minute remaining.
His daughter was first.
Okay. See, I ain't know that.
So I got with her because they said, "Oh, she got a baby by the nigga that's supposed to be the man." So I said, "Okay." Well, I want to get with her. That's how I got with her. So when he hollered at him, he was like, "Man, them guys don't work for me." That's when them niggas come. Hey man, you think your people can sell me this? You think your people can sell me that? Beat it, suck them out. They don't sell that.
You feel me? So tell them how you changed. Let them know how you changed.
Oh,
now that's the old love.
Thank God, man. Man, I got introduced to Christ, man, and I think that's the most wonderful thing I could ever did in my life.
Because the streets ain't what it is. Because the streets not what it is.
Oh man, the streets was just horrible. If I could change and do it all over again, believe me, I would have.
That's right.
My life now is just so focused on the Lord, man, and get out there and raise my grandchildren, help children play baseball, man, because that's the skill that I have to teach the youth now.
That's right. That's our future.
Thank you for using GTL.
That was my man, Cal. I ain't heard from Cal in a while. His brother was one of the soldiers that ran with us coming up. He was up under us. I had him to come in because Cal doing a double life, man. He didn't change. He didn't revolve. Last time I talked to him, he wasn't in the state of mind he in now. So I watched him grow from afar. The streets ain't what it is. Hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. Remember, it's a million stories in the urban communities. This just but one. I'm gonna try to get little Paul on here. Paul Davis, that's Sandra Davis, son. Sandra Davis was from 6 Mile, but she ran up and down West 7 Mile and East 7 Mile. You know, so a lot of the older players know who Sandra Davis is. I don't want to tell her story. I got plenty stories on her because she was in our neighborhood. So I'm gonna try to get her son on here since he say Paul with him. When Paul was with him, I'm gonna try to contact Paul. All of them grew up under us in our neighborhood. I'm gonna see if I can get these stories out to y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in. Continue to share, comment, and subscribe. And if any stories y'all want me to get to, put them in the comments, and I'm gonna get to them. For me, do a favor for me, hit that like, comment, subscribe button. Though I need y'all to do that, and I'm out.